this little itty bitty 9mm is the Foxtrot Mike FMP-9. Let's call it a PCC. I'm gonna use the term interchangeably. This is a pistol. If you hear me call it otherwise, I mean pistol. Right over here, right on the tip, we have a 5-inch match grade barrel right in the front. So as you can see, it's really short. I'm gonna call this thing the chopper. I'll tell you why it's called a chopper. And then on the muzzle device right over here is like a blast diffuser type muzzle device. You have a really short little handguard, and these are MLOK over here. So you can attach your accessories, something maybe to keep your finger from sliding in the no-no zone. Let's go a little further back. Charging handle that they use for this is the Break Arms Warhammer Charging Handle. So this has almost a monolithic type design. You see a proprietary cut right here between the handguard and the upper receiver. It just kind of gives it that monolithic appearance, and it kind of lines up those pick rails right on the front and back. Now, I don't recommend mounting any type of optics on the handguard, but you guys do you, whatever you want to do. As far as the safety selector, you do have an ambidextrous safety selector, and you have a vertical type grip over here, which is nice. I like the vertical grips. It just feels more comfortable, vertical grip, instead of your hand being cocked further back this way. It's a little straighter, which just feels more comfortable. So it's really easy to flag that muzzle, especially if you're not used to it and you're just getting into it, you're not paying attention that well. It's easy to cover that muzzle with your hands. You gotta be careful. When I'm shooting it, I just kind of do that little grip towards the mag. It's such a small handguard anyway, so why not? Let's go ahead, do another 30 rounds with my ETS mag right here. And so far, my ETS mags have been working perfectly with this guy. One nice thing about it has very similar AR controls too. You have your bolt release right on the left side over here, and then your mag release on the right side. It's not fully ambidextrous, but you do have ambidextrous. You do have a ambidextrous selector slash safety switch right here. So let's go ahead and do another mag dump. I'm telling you, these ETS mags really seem to be working great with the FMP. Not bad. The magazine I'm using right here is the ETS. Now I was told these things don't run too well with ETS mags, but I have not had a single issue running the ETS mags. The receiver cuts in general are really nice. I think it's a sharp look. Very thick, very heavy duty lower receiver as well. This is your magazine release button right here. And then over here you do have last round bolt hold open. And of course your bolt release, bolt catch right over here. And it's, you know, it's your typical heavy mil-spec style trigger. I probably will upgrade this because I've become very spoiled with triggers. But check out that nice, generous size on the handguard over here. You can wear gloves. You got a lot of room to work with. What I mounted to it on some of the videos is this EOTech right over here, XPS2. This is the 300 blackout version. Doesn't really matter, it's a 300 blackout. It's just for the bullet drop reticle. I've also been testing with the Viridian GDO 30 green dot, which has been pretty cool so far as well. So let's talk about some of the negatives and something that you really have to be careful. That's gonna be the really short barrel. So one thing that you have to be careful with is your hand placement. If I don't angle up right here on the mag well and I carry it like this, your hand gets very close to that muzzle device. I like to call it the chopper because you don't want to put your thumb or your index finger, whatever, in front of the barrel. Now, if you're not paying attention, which you should be paying attention if you're shooting, but if you're just not with it, whatever, and you move your hand in front of that barrel, which is easy to do, especially with something where you're gripping it right here. So what I do is I pretty much just grip it right here in the corner. You have a good firm grip. I'm not actually on the magazine, I'm just sitting right on the mag well. It's short enough to condone a grip like this. All right, maybe potentially fastest magazine reload ever. This is the ETS mag loader. Check this thing out. So you take your magazine, you take your mag loader, and you insert the magazine right inside there. You go to your box of ammo, your open box of ammo, and you just take this, and then you scoop up the row of rounds right there. Then you take your plunger, stick it right on the tip, and just slap them in. Next row, plunger, slap them in. Next row, plunger, slap them in. 30 rounds, well, 29 rounds, just like that. No more mag thumb. Thank you, ETS, which is also my channel sponsor. So yes, very quick mag reloads. For a 9mm bolt carrier group, this thing is built pretty thick. If you look at that right there. This is a premium bolt carrier group from Foxtrot Mike. This is the FM9 bolt carrier group that they used for their 9mm PCCs. Here's the very low profile Break Arms Warhammer Charging Handle. It's very thin, but you have nice long arms right over here to grab onto. Very low profile. You have a standard mil-spec style AR-15 trigger. You can see how thick this thing is. Anything that was carved out on here was carved because it needed to be carved. Otherwise, everything else is just left solid. So very thick built, very heavy duty. This thing does have some heft to it. It's built well, it's built thick. Tiny little 9mm upper right here. The upper receiver and lower receiver work really well together. They mate properly together. So far, a couple hundred rounds through it. I had my wife try it. I've shot it a bunch myself. We both love it. She likes it a lot. She said it's fun, it's not very jumpy, it's not very bouncy. Felt recoil impulse is very controllable, very tame.
Okay, and then I just hit it?
Yep, just push the button. Overall, very fun gun. I've enjoyed it so far and I haven't had any issues with it, not yet. I still want to keep shooting it, keep putting it through its paces, and then I plan on doing an update video a couple months later. But so far so good. There's a couple things I would change on this. I'm not a big fan of this plastic safety selector. It just kind of has a cheap feel. Everything else on this feels really nice. It's well built. But this plastic safety selector just has that cheap feel that I'm just not a big fan of. That Break Arms charging handle isn't too bad. Now, it's really easy to grab that and get a good bite with your finger, but it's that low profile that I'm just not used to. I kind of like it because it's something different. I'm used to really beefy, blocky charging handles like the Radians or the Blackout Defense. So this one's really skinny and just feels kind of cool. We'll see if it's something I decide to keep on there or not. As far as permanent optics, I don't know what I'm gonna mount on this thing yet, but obviously something with a quick acquisition to it. I really like the Viridian GDO optics, and they're pretty affordable as well. So I might go that route with the Viridian GDO. Anyways, thank you all so much. Hope you all enjoyed this little mini field review about the FMP-9 by Foxtrot Mike. As you can tell, my video reviews aren't super nerdy. I don't get too gritty in detail, but I like to give the review from the perspective of a standard consumer. That's it. That's who I am. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys later.